Mr. Chairman, I appreciate that you have stated that this hearing, as we look at forest management and practices, is long overdue in your state, in my state. In fact, as I look at those who are here today on the committee, we all have a keen interest in ensuring that when it comes to our U.S. forests, that we have active management, that we actually do see some harvesting of timber to provide for jobs, economic opportunity. And I think far too often we see policies that really do restrict or limit that. So an opportunity to be discussing this today is greatly appreciated. I think that your opening statement was really quite all-inclusive in terms of the issues and the challenges that we have in front of us. I agree wholeheartedly with you on the importance of increasing the timber harvest on our Federal lands. You've heard me describe the situation in southeast Alaska before on the Tongass, but I think it bears repeating. 95% of the land base in southeast Alaska is Federal, 95%. The Tongass is 80% of that Federal land. It's about 17 million acres. It's larger than West Virginia. Senator Manchin was here just a little bit ago, but the area of the Tongass that we're talking about is larger than his state. Southeast Alaska is now and has historically been a resource-dependent economy directly tied to the Federal land that dominates it. Over the past 20 years, the forest industry, which was once the second largest industry in the state, has been in decline. Both political and economic pressures, increased Federal land withdrawals, a more stringent regulatory climate, and environmental lawsuits forced the closure of southeast Alaska's 2 pulp mills. The Tongass Land Use Management Plan movement toward ecosystem management and the reinstatement of the roadless rule have also sharply reduced our allowable harvest levels, leading to a closure of most of the sawmills. We have one single large sawmill left. That's down in Wrangell. We've got a handful of mom-and-pop operations that are left. The Chief and I have discussed the situation on the ground there in the Tongass, and I look forward to the opportunity in August when you will have a chance to visit some of these. Mr. Chairman, you noted the declining levels of harvest around the country. In the Tongass, on average, right now, we are harvesting just 35 million board feet, which is really unacceptable in my view. What's left of the timber industry, I've described, folks are just kind of hanging on by their fingernails. It impacts jobs, schools, the future of many of my constituents. So I look forward to a rigorous discussion about the Federal policies and management practices on our Federal lands that are affecting the timber harvest and how we might be working together to remove these obstacles that exist to providing sufficient timber supply long-term to sustain a vibrant forest industry well into the future. I'd also like to welcome Mr. Chris Maish, the State Forester from Alaska. I look forward to your testimony and acknowledge the Chairman's comments that you've come a long way here. We appreciate it and look forward to not only your comments but that of the entire panel.